All right, everybody. So in that last little clip, you're gonna see us pull this actual cylinder head off that motor, find the damage. What we did was we sent it off to the machine shop. The guy ended up having to put intake and exhaust valve in here. So they were both slightly bent. He vacuum checked all the ports, made sure every single one of these was good, checked the flatness of the deck, and found that somehow the center of the head kind of had a warp to it where the other guy milled it. Took off a minute amount of the deck surface and made it where it's really smooth, we're good to go. He gave it a clean bill of health. So we're gonna get over here, we're gonna install the passenger side cylinder head. And off camera, I took the driver's side head off. Since this one had a bad deck surface, I was worried that the driver's side head was gonna be the same way. Took it to him, had him mill it, flat, make sure it was good. And that's still up at John's shop. Hopefully I get it today or within the next few days, and we'll get it put on here and get the truck fired up. So y'all are gonna watch me install this head or not if you stick around. So let's get to work.
Cue the montage.
Cue the montage. Don't have one. We're not there yet. So y'all have already seen the pictures of the damage to the piston. We're just going to lightly soften those areas up. I'm going to just take some emery cloth, knock the edges off, try that at least, and then we're going to put the head on. We're going to reuse the head gaskets. They're MLS. You can reuse them as long as there's no damage to them. These literally didn't even fire up because the bolt was keeping the motor from easily making a complete revolution. Let me get that taken care of, and then we'll start doing that whole process.
I karate you, you karate me. Hi-ya!
So these are BTR, so Brian Tuit Racing LS9 5.3 gaskets. They're the small bore gasket instead of the traditional gasket like everyone else uses, which is like a 4125 bore LS9 gasket. This is going to be the small bore, which I believe is like a 3905, I believe the bore diameter on these. So I'm just going through and cleaning them up, make sure they're clean as possible. They're obviously reused, they ain't perfect, but because they've already been torqued down once, but we'll do the best we can. So these gaskets, they're gonna be directional. This is gonna be your front side. There are no water ports on the front of the engine. You wanna make sure that the back of the engine has the water ports going towards the back. Bam, installed, we're done. I'm just playing. We'll put the AOP bolts in. This one's missing the washer. It's unfortunate. Well, the washers still do have a lube on them, so I'm not gonna re-lube them with ARP lubricant again. I feel like that's a waste. The washers are directional on the head bolts. They'll have a chamfer that on the inside of the hole that goes up, and there'll be little like dots on the bottom of the washer that go facing the mating surface of the bolt. Whatever you're bolting down, that little dotted area will go to the cylinder head. These get bolted to, I believe it's 80 foot-pounds. I remember a long time ago watching information through Little John Motorsports Facebook page. He was full of all kinds of tips and tricks and things that he believed in, and you know, that guy made a lot of horsepower for a lot of people, and so anything that he kind of said, I would try to latch on to. And he made a post one day talking about torquing heads, and what he would do is he would do roughly like a 10 to 15% over torque on the head bolts. So instead of you doing your heat cycles on your motor and then retorquing the heads to that final torque number, he would over torque the heads, and then that way you didn't have to go back and retorque them again. He said it worked for him. I have no reason not to believe him. So that's how I've been doing it since I've been, you know, doing head gaskets and lifters and everything like that. So what I'm going to do on these, I'm going to go to 90 foot-pounds, and we're never going to touch them again. Or did I just jinx myself? Probably just jinx myself. Damn. All right, so I'm back. The wife wanted to show me our daughter. She was messy, man. So yeah, she was messy. She had her in there eating taquitos or something with yogurt and cottage cheese and just everything, man. She's a mess. So what we're gonna do on this, we're gonna do 30 foot-pounds, 60 foot-pounds, and final torque at 90 foot-pounds, and we're gonna call it good. The top bolts in the very top of the deck, they don't do really anything. So we're just going to put those in and send them to 25 foot-pounds, which is a spec on the ARP bolts, and call it good. Alright, that's all of it on torquing heads. That was as easy as can be. We'll throw the push rods back in, rocker arms, that sort of stuff. Little tip here on LS rockers. If you just loosen all the bolts, you can pull all the rockers, the bolts, everything off on this pedestal all at once. And if you flip the valve cover upside down, you can lay it inside the valve cover, they will not come off here. So it makes it real easy. Pop it on, pop it off. It might save you a little time. This bolt right here sucks. It's terrible. Let me get you in here. You can see it. Right there, that bolt. So right here is the water heater hoses bypass. There's no way to get anything but a ratchet wrench down in here, and just do it a little bit at a time. I'm probably actually gonna call that quits for tonight. John's not gonna give me that head. He's got other stuff going on, so I'll have to get it Friday when I go up there and tune some cars for him. So we'll catch you back on Friday, which will be whenever for y'all. It's Friday for me. And then hopefully we can get the head on, fire this thing up. There's a cruise in, which, like I said, it's called Cruising Oklahoma. It's going to go from Guthrie to Perry, Oklahoma. Perry's shutting down the whole downtown for this cruise in. Bunch of cars. I think it's 400 or 500 cars normally. It's a lot. And either way, so hopefully if we get this thing running, we'll do that. We'll film some of it, and y'all see it on this channel. So give me a little snip here, and we'll have the other head going on.